Oh,
Hello
right.
there.
It's actually not raining in my state, which is odd because it rains literally all the time. And you would think that if it's not
So,
raining,
for the listener, what state would that be?
that would be yeah, Washington State is sorry, I say I didn't say the state because everyone I know who is going to watch this knows where I live. All of our
Uh,
we're going
well,
I'm gonna say a crisp. What did it say on the last podcast? Like 13 people are gonna watch it. Let's see how many views it has.
we
Um,
had 11 earlier, but I'm pretty sure most of those are us.
I watched it
Uh,
like twice because I had to go do something, so I turned it off. But um, then I watched it. I like continued watching it. So there, at least two of them are from me. That's all I can say. That I have not clicked on it more than twice.
I think like two of them are from me as well. So, we got some listeners out there. Hello, everybody.
Yeah, we have what's 11 minus 4 is 7. So yeah, we have at least 7 people who looked at my YouTube link and read the words "For the love of God, watch it." And um,
Well, for
that's what
you,
I
like 7 people, congratulations, you're part of the club.
yeah. Uh, let's say I know that Logan liked it, and a couple of my friends did also. So maybe it's from them. Who knows? But um,
Well,
yeah.
hello, everybody who's not Logan and other.
Yeah,
If you don't know me, my name is Jeremy,
my name is
and
also Jeremy. Actually,
yeah, it's really
that's why
weird.
we're that's why we're really close friends.
He actually
We're
changed his name
we
just for me. It was a
uh,
weird process.
yeah. It was kind of I didn't know how to approach you with that. I was gonna say like I was gonna be like, hey man, like let's just go do something. By the way, because I wanted you to be my friend so badly, but I had no like friendship getting skills. So I was like, oh, what should I do? So like I really wanted
Yeah,
to. I didn't want
no,
you. I didn't want to let you get away. So I was like, I'll just change my name to Jeremy. Like that's just like it cost a good amount. I will say, changing your name is really expensive. That's like way more expensive than I thought it should be. That was like it was like $75, which I guess in
right, but
hindsight
it's
is not
like
that
it's
much to
worth it.
change your entire name. It was worth it, yeah. I know a couple of other cool Jeremys too, so now we have that in common. And yeah, you ever like
You know,
do we talk about this where it's like you meet a girl who's like got like it's like a blatant boy's name, and it's not even like a unisex name. It's like I have met a girl named George before, which I guess could be short for Georgina, I guess, but at the same time, it's like what it's like. I'm sorry, no, like
yeah. Why Giorgino? Honestly, what were you thinking?
like I mean, I guess I don't mean to insult any Georginas out there, but it's like
I do.
what
I definitely mean to insult all the Georginos out there.
it's like why do you call yourself George? It's silly. It's like I don't know, maybe that's just me. Um, like
I actually met a girl named Jeremy once.
yeah, I remember we were talking about that. I've met girls named Jack. I think I met a girl named Justin before. I've definitely met a female Elliot, but I
Oh,
guess that's kind
well,
of a
Jack can be short for Jackie or Jacqueline.
I guess yeah, but it's like why? Man, I don't know. It's
There's
like
there's no excuse for Justin though, to be honest.
Justina, I guess. I don't know, Justine.
There's
But like at the
like
same,
no.
it's the same two syllables though, just Justine and Justin. Like it's like I don't understand. I will not
No,
that one I won't understand.
it's unacceptable to be honest, and I think that we need to reevaluate our society and realize that that's wrong.
I mean, it's 2019, man. People can be lamps if they want to. But what I was getting at was like if you see a guy walking down the street named Hillary, everyone's gonna make fun of him. But you see a girl walking down the street named like Brad, it's like oh okay, it's just another. It's like it's no big deal. But like I don't know. Yeah, I want to meet like the manliest Stephanie in the world. Like he's just like the butchest dude, but his name is like Josanna or something like that. Like
His name's like Jurgen.
you're no, I'm saying like a really like feminine name. Like
Oh,
yeah.
oh, sorry. I met a girl named Jurgen, of course.
Oh, you did? Did you?
No, no, no. Never
Oh,
mind.
yeah.
Forget about
You lost me on that one.
Okay, well,
Yeah, but I wish I could be. Well, I don't wish I could. I wish there could be names like such as I don't know. I just want to meet a guy like a guy Jessica, and then just see how he like just how he does things, like just like how he lives his life. Just like, does he get made fun of? It's like, does he, like, I don't know, if you were, I don't know, if your parents named you like Brianna, and they were just like, yep, that's your name, and like, I don't know, would kids just naturally make fun of you? These are the thoughts that keep me awake at night, that I think about while I'm in the shower crying my eyes
Honestly,
out.
I'm sure people would make fun of me, but at the same time, I want the viewer to understand that I'm not actually serious, and you can be named whatever the hell you want. I do not
Oh yeah,
care.
I don't care either. I just wish it was okay for guys to walk around being named, like, I don't know,
Susan.
Shannon or something like that, and then be like, actually, I have been a guy Shannon before. That's actually, I think that's a unisex name, but it's just like, that's the thing. Like when did unisex names become just like straight like one gender names? Because like I know that they're actually some, like, Ashley is a unisex name. It's I met
Really?
I met an Australian guy named Ashley, and it's like,
Oh, okay.
Shelby is a unisex name, and so it's like, is it one of those like unspoken agreements where it's just like one name becomes just like more so towards the like the one gender? Like, I think are there any masculine unisex names is my question, because like I think every unisex name is more so like feminine than masculine. Like, let's see, I can't think of any off the top of my head. Masculine. I guess I guess it's all depending on where you, like, who you know and like where you grew up. Because I guess, I don't, maybe to some people Ashley is a more of a manly name than a feminine name. I don't know.
I don't know.
But yeah, it's I think this is all common knowledge by now. But like, you know that one time she like wore like she dressed in blackface for a costume party, and and Bill Clinton was like
Really?
this, yeah. And you can Google image this, like, and Bill Clinton was he was like a farmer of some sort, and I don't know what Hillary was trying to do, but like she was dressed in like the most like potent blackface I've ever seen anybody. It's like and it just goes to show, man, like, you can, if you're famous, you can get away with stuff. Like, can you imagine if fucking I don't know, like, if any of these like big actors or comedians, like, if that photo were to resurface like now, like, their career would be over. Like, I
Oh
don't.
man, yeah.
It's just so funny what we choose
When was this that
it was, yeah, well,
blackface
yeah, to be fair, it was long ago. I mean, judging by the potato picture quality,
Yeah.
like I said, you can look it up. I'm gonna look it up right now. Actually, no, I'm not. I don't really care that much because I've already seen it. So I'm gonna leave it to you if you want to look it up.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I'm
it's
gonna
just it's like, yeah, you should look it up right now. It's actually like, it's like it's just really funny. Like, are you? It's like,
Crooked
really,
Hillary
it's
in
really.
her blackface.
Are you seeing it right now?
I almost typed that into Google.
Freaking Hillary and her blackface. Yeah, no, it's like, once you, it's pretty, it's like the first thing that comes up. It's like, it's just such a, it's like weirdly,
Oh wow.
yeah,
Oh
right.
my god.
That's
That's horrifying.
Like, I know, it's like, it's not even like, you're not getting the point across. You just like, it's like she just like dunked her head in like
Yeah,
a
that's
vat
not
of black paint.
that's
It's like,
she looks like Jinx from Pokemon.
I never played Pokemon, so I can't relate to that one. I don't know who Jinx or what he looks like, but I'm sure he looks pretty scary. Yeah, I just think it's funny what we just choose to ignore as a society, and it's like, I wonder if that was like, see, I just learned this. I'm not sure if it was common knowledge like before she decided to run for president, but I just think it's funny, like, what, like, people, if people did know that, that's kind of, I don't know, it's just funny to me.
She like I guess that was the 70s, but like I feel like that still wasn't acceptable because civil rights like had already happened, you know, because that was the 60s when that happened. So
Yeah, I don't know, man. I guess, like, I don't know, people probably got like a lot less offended back then, so I guess the times were different. At the same token, like, people are getting roasted for freaking everything they've done now. Like, I hate that it's a trend now to like, if somebody runs into some kind of amount of success, that it's like there are these people who just feel this burning call in their life to go and find what this person wrote like 12 years ago to just destroy, and to just just taint and destroy any chance they had of what was going to be a super high point in their career. Just like, nope, you can't do that. It's like I'm sure you dropped some slurs when you were freaking 12 years old also, dude. It's like because
Yeah.
that's what happened to Kevin Hart recently with the Oscars now. And I'm not sure if the Oscars think not having a host is a good idea, or they're just like, fuck it, you know what, we're no host, we're not gonna have no host. And so now
Wait,
what's up?
did the Oscars already happen?
I actually don't know the answer to that question. I think they may have. I know the Grammys happened. I don't know if the Oscars happened right now.
Okay.
But
Well, if you're listening to this, Kevin Hart, I'm so sorry for your loss.
yeah, if you so happen to stumble across our one subscriber YouTube channel,
No,
yeah.
it's got two, both of us.
Actually, he wasn't. Oh yeah, that's right. He actually wasn't kicked off he wasn't kicked off the podcast. Jeez. He wasn't kicked off the Oscars. I think he just said he elected to not do it after all this happened. I think he was like, "Screw you guys,"
Okay.
because of all the backlash. Like, I don't think they actually like removed him, but I don't think he wanted to do it anymore. And so, now the Oscars are like, all right, cool, no host. It's a good idea, right? Yeah. Uh-huh. And it's like, okay, well, now it's just going to be a 3-hour list of wins and losses. I'm just going to Google the results and save myself 3 hours rather than what? No, because I don't know. The host brings so much. Like, I'm not going to lie and say I've been like a huge viewer of the Oscars like every year annually, but I know that the host, like a cool host for the Oscars, like is like kind of what ties it all together. It's like kind of one of the bigger points. And without a host, it's just like, I don't know, it's a bunch of actors gathered in a room to go and I don't know, man. There's an element to it that just leaves and just it's not as fun anymore, in my opinion.
Well, if he wants to come on the podcast, he can. Like, we don't care. We support him.
Oh yeah, I don't care that you may have gone in blackface 30 years ago or whatever. That's so thought I heard a bird chirping in my headphones. I was like, is there a bird in your house, Jeremy?
No, I think my mom is home. I'm home for the weekend, so well, I say home. I don't technically live here anymore, but I'm at my parents' house for the weekend. So
no, you're in Michigan. I would say Michigan is home. It's a that's what I would say. Like if I was in Michigan, like, yeah, I'm home for the weekend.
Yeah. Well, it's that weird transition from college to real life kind of thing.
Yeah. Exactly. I'm going through my list of topics, and I found the list. I was number 41 is clubs. Is
oh god,
one of them. Yeah. I'm like, okay. No, I was thinking like dance clubs, like drinking like EDM clubs. Just like, what clubs are you in? Like like anime club or something like that. Like,
oh, okay. No, I was thinking like dance clubs too.
Yeah, I've actually never been to a dance club in my entire life.
Oh god, I have. They're literally awful.
Really? Like, oh yeah, you said you went to one in didn't you get thrown out of one in England?
I sure in Scotland. I Scotland.
Sure did. yeah, that's right. You didn't you like did they lock the door on you or something like that? Like didn't you like stumble out?
No, they didn't lock the door. I could tell that story if you want.
Yeah, what's what was the story again? Like,
okay, so it was like I want to say like 2 days after. So
okay, this is taking way too long. I need you to hurry up.
Okay. So to clarify, I for one of the semesters of college that I did, I studied abroad in you studied abroad? What was her name? No, God, I hate that joke. No.
I've actually never heard that joke before. That's funny.
I got asked that by a barber, and I got incredibly uncomfortable. But anyways,
really aggressively chopping your hair after that. What was her name? That's my sound of scissors in your hair. Okay. If that wasn't convincing enough.
Oh yeah, I definitely. Yeah, that's what my hair sounds like. Anyways,
anyway, what happened?
So I was studying in Scotland, and like I want to say it was like 2 or 3 days after I got there. Me and a bunch of other international students had like a party in like the common room of all the apartments,
Mm-hmm.
And so we were like drinking and stuff, and like we all had quite a bit, and it was real bad. Um, and I remember like it got to the point where they like, okay, Jeremy, you need to like drink water now, and so they like kept filling up cups of water for me, and they were like, hey, can you chug that water? And I was like, hell yeah, I can. So I would do that, and
Wait, so they were like trying to like point at your pride, like you can't chug this glass of water, like
yeah, pretty
bullshit, I can.
Pretty much.
All
And I
right.
remember I was like trying to speak to people in German, and like
Oh god.
like the very little bit of German that I could remember. And there my Californian friend, he's like fluent in German. He was like chatting with this actual German girl, and they were talking in German, and I just look at them and I go, "Ich kann verstehen," which means I can understand.
Oh
So
no.
anyway, this has nothing to do with the club, but it's leading up to it. So we're leaving, going to the club at this point. It was like the university's club, so it wasn't like I don't know, it wasn't like your typical club, because those are awful. I've been to one of those too, and they're just not a good time. But yeah, so we walked in, and we go to the upstairs, and they're playing like Britney Spears' "Toxic."
Oh, I love
The
that
only
song.
reason I know this is because I saw footage of this the next day. I had no idea that this had happened.
I heard a cover of that song by a band called A Systematic Lullaby that I actually really like. I can't say I care too much for the actual song, but that's a good cover.
I actually like the song.
It's not bad. It's not that bad.
But
Anyway, continue. Go ahead.
but yeah, so I was going nuts, like whipping my head all over the place, and like playing like the air guitar, like, and just like flailing all over the place. And so these security guards come up to me, and I'm gonna try to do the best Scottish accent I can, but I still can't do one for whatever reason.
I can do it. I'll be the guard. Well, what am I saying? I can do a
Okay,
pretty good
so
Scottish accent.
You're gonna say, we just need you to calm down a little bit.
Okay. All right, laddie. We just need you to calm down a little bit.
Yeah, pretty much. That's exactly what it sounded like.
Sweet. All right.
And so I'm just like, yeah, okay, cool. But I couldn't hear a word they were saying because I was, I was in the zone, and the music was really loud. And
you were in the drink, so they say.
Absolutely. And so I'm like, yeah, cool, whatever. And I keep going at it. And then later, everybody's like, all right, let's go downstairs and see what the music down there is like. So we go down, and this is like a mosh pit, right? So this is like just a pit of students just like all dancing, and like there's like a bar down there was a bar in every single level. So the fact that they were upset that people who were there were drunk is kind of ridiculous. But anyway, so we're downstairs, and like I start doing the same old song and dance, the same old flailing around air guitar stuff. And so this time 2 security guards approach me. And they're like basically like, okay, you need to like stop doing this, or we're gonna have to ask you to leave.
All right, you need to stop doing this. We're going to have to ask you to leave.
Yep, exactly.
That was not as good as the first time. I mean,
it's still pretty good. So
thank you.
Yeah, so I'm just like, yeah, okay, cool. That's perfect. That's great. I'll do that. I had still no idea what they were saying. I was just complying just for the sake of doing so.
It's like, yeah.
And so this time, like, my buddies are like coming up to me and like patting me on the shoulder and stuff, and like I think they were trying to tell me that I needed to stop, but I was just like I was clearly not getting it. Not getting the picture.
Okay.
So I go back to it. And finally, after like a minute, they had clearly been standing there like eyeballing me the entire time.
They just didn't leave.
They just knew it was going to happen again.
You. They're just like they just come up, they tell you need to calm down. Like, okay, cool. They just like take one step back, and you just go immediately back to do what you were doing.
That is essentially exactly what happened. So so this time they got like, I swear they added a guard every single time. So this time there's three of them walk up to me, and they're like, okay, it's time to go. And I'm just like, uh-huh. And so they just like they like pull me away. I'm probably like still like going nuts at this point as that's happening. um and so they take me outside and they're like, so what's your initials so we can get your coat for you? And somehow I gave them the answer to that. I got my coat back
Well,
and
I'm glad that
walked back.
you were not so drunk that you could not remember your own initials. That's a good sign, I guess.
I mean, I'm shocked, to be honest. So so yeah, I walk back to the apartment alone and somehow miraculously get back in and everything's good, but it was kind of upsetting because no one was there to help me, and I was like, "Oh God, I hope
Yeah.
I don't die."
Yeah, like up flights of stairs. I've been there before for sure.
Oh boy, it's rough. And so yeah, I'm just like laying in bed, like drinking tons of water and stuff, and I fall asleep for a bit, and then I wake up at like 3 a.m, hear a knock on my door, and it's one of the dudes that I went with, and he's like, "Hey, are you alive?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm good." Like I don't know how. It was like 2 hours later, and somehow I like completely sobered up, and I was just like, "Yeah, I'm good."
Oh,
And
really?
he was like, Really?" And I was like, "Yeah, no, I'm great." He was like, "Everybody thought you were like dead. Like nobody had any idea where you went." I was like, "Yeah, I got kicked out." And he was like, "What? Really?" And I was like, "Yep, I got kicked out." So yeah, that's
That's
my
that's
my tale.
that's a
Of
good story. I appreciate you telling me that. That's me clapping my hands. I know Jake, my brother, he got kicked out of a nightclub in Spain one time. He told you about this, right? Where it's
I can't remember if he did.
no, it's not nearly as long of a story. But he was just like, I don't know. I guess he had a lot to drink, and he was just, I guess he wasn't like being a rager, but he was just like, he kept on bumping into the security guards and like stumbling into them, and
Yep,
like
that'll do it.
he did it like 3 times, and they were like, okay, that's it. And then I think Jake told me he was like, why? Like he said that, and then that may have not helped his case for staying in the nightclub either.
That's really funny. Why?
Like, what did I do? I mean, I
I
don't
hope
know.
he said it exactly like that too.
He probably did. Yeah, it's funny. My Jake is the most like conservative milk toast kind of guy when he's drinking. Man, it's like I think he calls himself the Pump when he drinks. Like that's his drunk name is the Pump. I think.
The Pump.
Yeah, the Pump.
Yours is Slice.
Slice. That's me. Slice Irish baby. That's
Yeah.
that's
Mine's Bob. Actually, Bob was given to me that night, the night that I got kicked out.
Oh, really?
Because I've told you this, but for the listener, so apparently in the Netherlands, I think it is, they call designated drivers Bob. So it was like an ironic nickname that I got the name Bob because it was clearly like the most like gone person there.
You said they call really drunk people Bob.
No, they call the designated driver Bob.
Oh yeah.
So like
sorry,
the person
sorry.
who's supposed to be sober.
Oh really?
Yeah,
So it's ironic. Okay, I got it.
yeah. So there's some huge irony in there.
Yeah, that's unfortunately no one here is probably gonna call you Bob ever because that's not an American thing. That's
No.
But maybe if you catch up with those guys again, I started I started calling myself Slice because excuse me, I started calling myself Slice because I was playing Fruit Ninja in VR, the drunkest I've ever been in my entire life. I also learned that my shirt comes off after a certain amount of alcohol, and that's ladies. I'm just kidding. But it's so yeah, I was playing Fruit Ninja in Jake's apartment in Colorado in VR, and I was having the time of my life, dude. I'm not sure if you ever played. Have you ever done VR? You have, right?
I tried it the one time that Ethan brought it over.
Oh yeah. Okay, so you know what it's
Yeah.
like. So yeah, so
that was the only time.
yeah. So imagine you're in like a like you're playing Fruit Ninja. You're in like this like Japanese like temple ground, and you've got two swords, which are the controllers. And when you're drunk, man, you just like a drunk man should never have two swords. So I'm having the time of my life cutting these bananas thrown at me, and I'm just like slice, and as I'm doing it, and so I started calling myself Slice after that. it's never cool giving a nickname to yourself, but I feel like I was like, that's whatever. It was a good time, so I'm gonna stick with it. Yep. What? Oh, I thought you were gonna
Sorry,
say.
what?
I thought you were gonna say
Oh,
something.
no,
It was,
no.
it was just the way you
No,
laughed.
no.
It sounded like you were gonna say something that started with an S. You're like, so yeah. So I thought you were gonna be like slice. But
No, that's just me. That's just I laugh like a Neanderthal. So
I mean, so do I. But it's you know who laughs like a Neanderthal? Andrew from the official podcast. That guy.
oh yeah,
That guy's got. He's got a Weezer on him. It's
he's got an infectious laugh though.
Oh, he
like,
does. Yeah, and infectious.
sometimes they'll
yeah.
say something that's not even funny, and he'll start laughing, and I'll laugh just because of that.
Oh yeah, he's great. But do you ever find yourself when you drink and then the next morning you wake up and you have left clues for yourself as to what happened the previous night? And so
No, I've
Really?
never done that. I wish I was. I wish I was more fun like that, but apparently I'm not.
oh, I mean, I don't know, like I don't think you and I have ever like gotten like insanely trashed. Like wait, have we? I can't remember. Did we? Oh,
No,
well,
I have.
well.
I
Was
certainly have.
Was it the night before we left for Ohio?
That's no.
No.
Oh,
I mean like in trash together, like you and me.
Together,
both
no.
getting trashed. Yeah, I was gonna
No,
say no.
no.
I have been wasted before. Like when I was I think the most drunk I've ever been in my entire life was up with I think when you and I were in the basement was when the night before we left for Matt's wedding. That was pretty bad.
Oh yeah.
This Jeremy high five when I gave you a high five and then I proceeded to say that's how much pizza we're gonna have tomorrow in the hotel.
That was the funniest, like most childish, like
I was excited.
comment you've ever made.
I wanted pizza at the time, and I was like, man, I wish I had pizza. Then I was like, oh wait, we're gonna get pizza tomorrow in the hotel. And I was just generally giddy about the entire trip. It was gonna be fun. And then I just decided to fucking talk about how much pizza we were gonna eat, and I got excited more.
You know, it's only been literal days since I started keto, but I already miss pizza.
Oh yeah, I know. That's there are still a lot of good things you can eat, but pizza is not one of them, unfortunately. Like you can have bacon on keto diet, I think.
Oh yeah, you can have bacon for sure. Actually, bacon's probably what you want because it's got a lot of fat and some protein in it. So
yeah, it's true.
That's actually like perfect for keto.
Honestly, yeah, you can have eggs, cheese, and bacon. That's a good breakfast right there, and it's like excuse me. I particularly love breakfast food. That's like, honestly,
Oh yeah, same.
a
Breakfast
good
food is, like,
breakfast may be my favorite food of all time.
Absolutely.
I think I've said this like more than once, but it's like with I've definitely said like this type of food is my favorite of all time. But I think it's just gauges on like how hungry I was at the time. Like I know that one time I said hibachi was my favorite food of all time, and it's just like that actually may still be true because I was not very hungry when I ate hibachi that one time when I said that, but it was like just the simplicity of it was just like I'm not sure if you've ever had you've had hibachi, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, hibachi's good.
Yeah, it's just like I don't know, just fried rice, steak, chicken, and vegetables, and just all that together. It's just I had a blue Hawaiian also for the first time, and I was like, this is the height of luxury. Yeah. I love blue Hawaiians. So
I remember
much.
you kept asking me, "What's a blue Hawaiian?" And I was like, I still don't know what's in a blue Hawaiian.
It tastes like it's like if like a berry like flavored Kool-Aid was alcoholic. That's what it tastes like.
Yeah, well, I mean, I know what it tastes like, but like, what's in it?
Oh, I don't know. There's definitely a pineapple in it. That's all I know. There's pineapple. I think there's some cherries in there. There might be some coconuts in there, like the shavings. But beyond that, I don't know. I'm not sure if the actual like the.
Oh,
I'm not sure the actual.
So it's.
Are you googling it right now?
Yeah, it's rum, pineapple juice, blue curacao, however you say that. Okay. Sweet and sour mix, and sometimes vodka.
Oh, I think there was vodka in mine.
They're delicious though.
They're so good. Yeah, but I don't know. I love.
I mean, I can't have one right now because like again, keto. Yeah, it's too much sugar.
Yeah, I love girly drinks though. That's
oh, same.
Like I like them more than anything, to be honest. Like I love girly like martinis and stuff like that. Like when Joe bought me a Sex on the Beach at Matt's wedding reception. That was
Yeah.
so good. That was like he made me go to the bar with him, and he's just like I was like, how did you ask for this? He was like, I just asked for something fruity, and I was like, yeah, there you go. And now we're talking.
I still like
Hmm?
beer is definitely my favorite. Will always be
Oh,
my favorite, but
I can drink it. I
um
don't really much care for it. I find that Miller Lite is one of the beers where it's like if you just are drinking with friends, I don't know. It's like the white boy trash beer. I feel like like
our go-to at my apartment is PBR for sure.
what is that?
Have you tried PBR?
I most certainly have not. What is that?
Oh, it's a beer. Pabst
I
Blue
mean,
Ribbon.
okay.
It's
I
really,
meant like what does it stand for?
oh yeah. Yeah, it's Pabst Blue Ribbon. It's awful. Like it tastes legitimately disgusting, but like
Why do you drink it
does
then?
it does the job.
I mean, there
Well,
other.
cuz you can get it so cheap. Like
Oh, okay.
you can
Okay.
get like a 30 rack of it for like $20.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the difference is like the more I've like said this, the more I realize it makes me sound like a major alcoholic. I'm not. I promise. Like I get drunk like once a month maybe, but like
Oh yeah, same.
when I drink, it's to get drunk. Like I don't
Yeah.
particularly enjoy the taste of alcohol or beer. Definitely not beer. Um, but
I felt ridiculous cuz when I started doing a keto diet, uh my first thought was like, what am I going to be able to drink?
I know you really you really begin to realize how much sugar is in like every single drink you like.
Everything. Yeah, well, it's not just drinks either. I guess it's food too. Like,
Oh yeah, there's a lot of even like fruits and stuff. Like fruits have a
yeah,
tons of
no,
sugar.
I haven't been eating any fruits because it's just like that's just if I eat one fruit, that's all the sugar I can have for an entire day. So
I know, especially like it's like in like bananas have a ton of sugar apparently.
yeah, and I mean they're good sugars, but it's just like that. It still defeats the purpose of keto because like you're trying to reduce your carbs and sugar intake so that your body can build off your fat instead of, well, not build off, but take away from your fat instead of your
It's got
sugars.
so it's got nothing else to burn but its own like but the fat's own like body essentially. It's like
Yeah.
it's
Well,
like
that's the terrifying thing of. Sorry.
no, I was gonna say it's like a less intense version of what happens when you starve and your stomach begins to eat itself. It's like
Oh yeah,
it's
yeah.
just
I
like a
mean that's
super less
it's
intense
kind
version
of
of that.
it's kind of what's happening, which is kind of terrifying. But
Well,
I
it's
mean,
just your
like,
body fat, which like it's the body fat that you don't need that has not been stored into or converted into energy. I think
yeah,
is that what it is, something like that.
yeah, yeah. That's exactly what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Um.
I don't know. I didn't ever try it. I know Jake tried it. He lost like I think he lost like 15 pounds off of it. So
Yeah. I mean, I don't know that I'll do it for terribly long because it's really really rough. But
yeah, no, I mean dying sucks, man. It's a
yeah,
bummer. Yeah, I'm not trying to get like insanely shredded. I'm just trying to shed a few and hopefully that'll just make the women flock to me. I'm just kidding. I don't really care about that. But I don't know, man.
yeah.
Uh it's pretty it's a pretty good effective diet. I know that but like I was saying, like I know that I think I talked about this, like a lot of those diets like are like you shouldn't do them unless a doctor is like you should do this diet because like it's like they're like conventional but they're unconventional at the same time. It's like I don't know if you probably haven't spoken to a doctor about that, but like I don't know that's just that's what I read. That's what a bunch of my guys over my guys. That's what a bunch of guys that I work with they were saying because they've gone on it and they said like they've gotten like pretty sick from doing it. So
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt. It's like it's actually terrible for you, but that's why I'm not gonna do it for super long because it's just like I don't know. Maybe I can lose some quick pounds and then just like go back to be eating regularly, but like I mean, not completely regularly because I want to like try to moderate what I eat a little bit more.
mhm.
That's like the main thing. The main problem I'm having right now is just like I'll be like, yeah, I'll watch what I eat, but I'll eat normally. And then if there's no structure to that, then I'll just overeat.
Yeah, it's it really it's like noticing like how quickly you get full is important. Like it's
Yeah.
like how quickly you don't feel the what you felt when you were hungry. It's like, and then you just continue to eat. It's just like because it actually happens super quick. It's just you might just get hungry like later, but I don't know. The most amount of weight I ever lost was when I was like I said, working out at the same time each day and eating at the same time each day. And the food I was eating wasn't necessarily very healthy. Like there were times where it was like the farthest thing from healthy. But just so long as like my body got into that rhythm of and that routine, uh, I lost a lot of weight. And I think it was also, I mean, working out is important, but like for whatever reason, it's at the same time each day that helped me. That's me and my weird body though. I don't know if anybody else is like that or if that's a thing. Um,
I don't know. I'd have to do more research into that. I don't have a anatomy and physiology degree.
yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. It's a weird thing, but um, I'm going into my list of topics here, and I find online dating is one of them. Uh,
Oh boy.
yeah,
Oh no.
it's
You got some tales about that.
I do have some tales about that. I used to be a Tinder mogul.
Hmm.
Well, I shouldn't say mogul. I've never had one good experience from Tinder, but um, it was well, let's say one good. Like I never had something that ended in a good experience. We'll say
Oh no.
like I may have had like decent livable experiences like in between, but like if I could take it back in the end, in the end of all things, I definitely would. I would have never even purchased or not purchased it, but downloaded it to begin with. Everything like it just took away. I feel like it took years off my life, just worrying about like it really puts a weird like uh kind of like stigma on your own personal like mentality, just like okay, well it's like I don't know, it's kind of like social media where it's like um this picture didn't get enough likes, I must be really ugly, you know, or it's like maybe it's just
Yeah.
people just didn't
Yep.
see it, you know. It's like there's a lot of angles to it, but I don't think Tinder is good. I think it's kind of I've been on like 6 or 7 Tinder dates, and I can definitely say that it's my true and honest opinion is it's really toxic and not good for. I know that there are times where like I see on Reddit and stuff like that, people get married off of Tinder and they have good lives, and it's like all right, cool. It's like so that's the thing. That's like, does it really? There's a stigma. Like nobody wants to admit that they got their girlfriend on Tinder. You know, like nobody ever wants to admit
Yeah.
that. But it's like at the
Well,
same.
unless it's super successful, then they're like, yeah,
Yeah, see, that's what I'm
whatever.
saying. Like, yeah, like if it is super successful, yeah. But just those things are just so like they're just they're hard to come by. Good Tinder relationships.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
I got what's up?
I was just gonna say, like, my cousin met her husband on Tinder, and like one of my friends has been dating the same guy that she met on Tinder for like over a year now. So it works sometimes, but
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it works, but it's like I almost had something good there, but it was just it just wasn't in the cards, man. And I guess that's through no fault. See, that's the thing that's like no. What I was getting was nobody wants to say that they met their significant other on Tinder, but it's like, would it be more romantic if you met them like in line for a gas station bathroom, you know, or like if you met
yeah,
them after
probably
getting into a
not.
car accident, you know? So it's like I think about that. It's just like so location doesn't really matter. So I guess I can't really disparage it for location purposes, but at the same time, it's like it's really easy to attribute a girl being just shitty and awful. It's like, oh, you're just a Tinder bitch, you know. It's like, but it's like it's really easy to do that, which is one of the reasons I think it's kind of toxic because like it makes you think about people in a different way. And I don't know. I after this most recent excursion of mine, I decided I should probably hang up the Tinder gloves for good. I don't want to do it like that anymore. It's it's really hard in my kind of location, like being on a military base, uh, to be around women like that. So Tinder is super popular for younger like enlisted guys like myself because they're in a difficult position. But honestly, I don't think it's worth it. Even if you do, I don't know. I'm old school, I guess. I realize now that it's just way better for me to try to go old school about it. Um, but yeah, Tinder is it can be kind of fun sometimes. Like I don't know. Like I love telling negative fun stories about myself. Like just like where shit just goes like the most awry it can, and just like um like for example, I had a Tinder date that didn't tell me that she suffered from intermittent and random seizures because she had a surgery
Oh
that got messed
God.
up one time. I told you about this,
Did you? I don't
didn't
remember
I?
this.
Yeah, I had to have. I know I did. Did I not really?
I don't think you did.
Oh, well, it's
All
kind
right.
of a long
Well,
story,
for
but
the sake of that, for the sake of the listener, just tell the story.
all right. Well,
Well, if
so
it's
for the
if you
oh no,
want.
it's fine. It's fine. Nothing happened. So like, yes,
Okay.
I was going on this date, and I was good. She was on my way. She was on her way to the to my place, and I was going over her bio to make sure I didn't miss anything, and I missed two words that I didn't see the first time, and those two words were service dog, and I
Oh.
was like, oh no, is she blind or what? And then I decided I was like, it could be an emotional support animal, so you know whatever, no big deal. So she gets out of the car, and then um dog pops out. So we start talking about it, and I'm just like, what's the dog for? And just nonchalantly, and she's like, well, and this is so it's like, she's like, I get seizures sometimes because I had a surgery that got botched. And so I'm like, oh no. So like in my head, I'm like, okay, how often could they happen? Like once every 2 months. Is this not ringing a bell for you? You really? I didn't tell you the story.
No, I don't remember this at all.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, it's so I was like in my head, I was like, okay. So out loud, I was like, oh, okay. So how often do they happen? Like, do you know? And then she was like, well, in my head, I'm like maybe like once every couple months or so, maybe. And then she was like, well, for the past like 3 months, they've been happening like once every 3 or 4 weeks. But for the past month, they've been happening once every maybe like once every 3 days. And I'm just like, whoa, like
Oh,
once
jeez.
every 3 days, dude. I am with a time bomb right now. And I got really nervous. Like, I don't mean to call her a time bomb.
Yeah.
I don't mean to disparage anybody that has epilepsy or suffers from seizures, but that's something you tell somebody before you get them into a position where their life is in your hands, you know? Like it's like
Yeah. No
and so
kidding.
and so I'm like so she started laughing really hard because I think she understood how ridiculous it sounded. And I didn't know what to do, so I started laughing also. And so I'm just like, so what do I do if you have a seizure? And so then she gives me this list of instructions. I'm just like, how did you like? I understand that you telling somebody that you suffer from seizures that could go off at any time might be kind of a turnoff, but it gets to a point where you need to take responsibility and let somebody know that you're dealing with something that could very much you are like if this seizure goes awry, like you need to save my life and stuff like that. It's just like you got to tell somebody that kind of stuff, man. Like you can't just from a Tinder date too. You can't just like you cannot just let that's pretty pivotal information I need to know about you. And
Yeah.
so
No
and
kidding.
so so she's like, okay, uh she's like, okay, so just leave me on the bed. Or she said, get me off the bed, put me on the floor, don't touch me. The dog
Oh,
will let you know I'm gonna have a seizure because it won't stop looking at me. And I'm like, the entire time we were together after she said that, I was like, I could not relax at all because I was like, that dog even so much as like does that like the dog like the woof thing they do like with their mouths kind of I
yeah.
would lose my mind. I'd be like, oh god, hospital. Like I would
Oh.
so she's like, okay, so don't touch me. When I have my seizure, it could last from anywhere from five. No, she's like, when I'm over, or when it's over, I'll be unconscious anywhere from 5 minutes to an hour. And I'm like, oh my god, are you kidding me?
Oh
And
my
then
God.
and then she's like, uh, and then she's like, and when I wake up, I'm not gonna know who you are, where I am, what's going on, or what car is mine. And I'm like,
Oh.
oh my god, dude. So you're telling me if by the off chance, not even the off chance, if you do have a seizure, you're telling me I'm gonna have to reach into your freaking purse, get your cell phone, call your parents, and be like, hey, I'm your daughter's Tinder date. she had a seizure, and I don't know what to do. So like I was not ready to take that responsibility. So I texted my friend. I told him to call me and to tell me that I needed to come into work for something. And so he did, and I think she kind of could see through my bullshit a little bit because she started really questioning me about like what I had to do, questions that no normal person would ask. Like if they were just like, oh, okay, he's got to go into work. I guarantee you this is not the first time that card has been played on her. Unfortunately, it's a bummer. She was a super nice girl. Like she was like I really I hadn't in terms of Tinder dates. She was honestly like she wasn't a slut or anything. She was super nice, and I was like, I really wish you did not suffer from these amnesia-inducing seizures, so I could get to know you better. But
Yeah, that's
really
unfortunate.
yeah, I just really was not able to do that for her, unfortunately. But
can you imagine like if she hadn't told you and she had just like
and she just started. So it's like I guess like she was like I guess like she had to know I was going to ask because like the like I was going to ask about her dog. I was like I wasn't just going to be like yeah let's have a ball and just do whatever and then just have her dog just like sitting in the corner just like arf just being there like I don't know, man. But that was one of the experiences that really caused me to stop using Tinder.
Yeah. Oh my god. Wow.
Tinder dates can be fun if you don't really care about the outcome too much. But if you do, I don't recommend it because it's it's just not a good time. And I don't know. I think the old school way, albeit a bit harder to find somebody. I think it's the better way to do it. But yeah, I don't know. You ever seen these dating sites where it's like I've heard of one called farmersonly.com.
Oh yeah, everybody knows about Farmers Only.
Yeah. I really want to make an account for Farmers Only. I know I just said a bunch of bad things about online dating, but I really am just super curious to see like I just want to know like what are they like. So you have to be a farmer then to.
I feel like here's where this falls apart. I feel like everybody who signs up for a Farmers Only account is somebody who thinks like you, who's like, oh my god, I want to see what this is like. And so the entire site is probably just filled with people who are not farmers.
It's just filled with just trolls and just like, yeah, that's a good point. Like probably people are just like, oh god, I'm not a farmer, but I'm here. Just like lol. Yeah, I don't know.
What about like Christian Mingle? Would you ever do that?
I've heard about that.
You're a Christian boy.
I am a Christian boy, but I don't. Man, that's just I never really had a desire to do online dating until I decided to use Tinder just as a joke originally, because it was so easy and accessible. And then I stopped using it as a joke. I was like, let's see if something good can happen here. 2 years later, and no, nothing good can happen from there. From my experiences, I know something good can happen, but not from my experiences. So I'm not, like I said, I guess I don't mean to disparage Tinder as much as I do, but at the same time, I don't feel it works for me. So I find that I know the meme is like girls asking you immediately how tall you are, or just like peppered in a conversation, but unironically, that's honestly a lot of how conversations begin. Not even a hello, hi, it's how tall are you? And
that sucks.
I know it's like damn, that really, it's like I don't know. I know a lot of really cool short guys. It's like or like people in their bio, it's like 6 feet or over, or swipe left. And it's just like, oh my, it's like the gall. It's like how who are you, man? Like I don't know, like. So I get kind of mad. So like even if it's a really pretty girl, if that question ever gets popped, I go to the same 4'8". That's what I say. That is what I say. Just to
dude, you still need a booster seat. You need to be 4'9" to not have a booster seat.
Do you not?
If you're 4'8",
do you really?
Yes.
That's amazing. I didn't know that.
Do you remember those old like Disney commercials where it's like 4'9" is the magic number? And
oh yeah,
until then you need a booster seat.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah, it's 4'9" is the magic. Yeah, that's right. I didn't remember I knew that, or I didn't know I remembered that. Yeah, that's yeah, I would still need the booster seat at that point. And then I see how long it takes me to to get unmatched because there's no coming back from 4'8". Like there's no one.
Yeah.
After that question gets popped, no one's gonna be like, okay, I can make this work. Like if you have
How
if
do
you have
respond to that?
if you have the gall to ask how tall you are, you're not gonna be okay with the answer of 4 feet 8 inches tall. So the quickest I've ever got unmatched after that was I timed it. It was 6 seconds. That was
Oh my god! Wow.
Yeah. I've had a couple girls who were like nice enough, but they did pepper the question like how tall are you, and I would say that they'd be like, oh okay, that's fine. I'm like, I'm kidding, I'm 6 feet tall. Like I'm just kidding. I just wanted to see a reaction. But you could turn it around and be like, okay, how big are your tits? You know, just to make them just like. But then when they answer, you feel like an asshole because it's like I didn't want to know the answer to that. I was trying to show you how it felt to be objectified like that. Just like I don't. Yeah. It's like it doesn't matter. Like why would you ask that instead of saying hello? Which is like now I feel like a dick. You know, like well, don't answer. God, it's like, oh man, just don't do it, kids. Go out to a library, to a grocery store, find a girl there. Don't use Tinder unless you
go to Applebee's.
Don't go to Applebee's. The restaurant is horrible. I hate Applebee's.
No, but they got half off apps. That's where everybody hangs out, man.
Okay. I thought you meant like apps, like applications. I was like, you go there and like the app store because like, everything gets reduced in half. Like, is that what you were saying? But no,
I was talking about like job applications.
Oh, you were?
You have to pay them for a job application. Oh. And they give you a half off on Friday nights.
Oh, I thought okay. I thought you were talking about appetizers, and you were like, no, I was talking about job applications. And I was like, oh, really? Is that a thing?
No, God, no.
I hate Applebee's. What is your favorite chain restaurant that's like pretty universal? You know?
You mean like sit down chain?
Yeah.
Like, oh boy. Usually like the ones that aren't like I usually like the like family operated one. Well, maybe not family, but ones that are like, oh, I guess it's not a chain if it's just one person owns it.
Well, the mom and pop shops. No, I know what you're talking about, but like I'm talking like good. I know they are. I agree. I'm talking like the big ones though, like the big well-known name. I'll give mine first. Ready? Red Robin is my favorite.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. I haven't been to one of those in a long time.
Oh, I love Red Robin, dude. They're love it. There's like, for whatever reason, there is like 19 Red Robins in my town. I don't know why. There's like that and Safeway. Safeway is a grocery store. It's like there's like, I don't know why it's like a Washington thing, but it's like there's so many Red Robins literally everywhere. So it's absurd. I don't know. I need an answer. Time's running out.
Oh God. TGI Fridays. That's not true at all. I don't like TGI Fridays that much.
They're not bad. I liked Max and Irma's a lot. When they
oh, Max and Irma's was so good. I think that was just a Michigan thing. Wasn't it?
It was a Michigan and it was an Ohio thing. I'm not sure if it was anything else outside the Midwest. But that was probably my favorite, to be honest. I love Max and Irma's, but now that it's gone, Red Robin has since taken the throne.
Red Robin's pretty great.
Yeah. Oh gosh. I think we're gonna have to call this an episode here, bud. I just got a message from my friend saying he's on his way, and I have not even showered yet, and he's sounds like one of those guys that gets here early, so I don't want to have to keep him waiting. But I do. I don't really care about.
Are you sure you're not just making an excuse so you can get away from me and my seizures?
Honestly, I've been blowing this guy off for like months, unfortunately. So I feel like it's like now I need to hang out with him.
Okay, well I'll just be over here hanging out with my my service dog. Then.
Yeah, and your amnesia-inducing seizures. Yeah, that's
yes.
Yeah. Okay, well, thanks for listening, everybody. Hope you had fun. I had fun. I think Jeremy had fun too. Sounds like he did. And
I'll have a lot more fun with my service dog.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to. That's still kind of a sore spot for me. Why are you laughing? Still, this is.
Oh, I'm sorry.
She was really nice to me, Jeremy, and I don't really appreciate you talking about her like that, and. I think it's funny that you find. I'm just kidding. All right,
just going on tirade.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Bye.
Bye.